as we take a look at Fred Richard. He had to hang in there to get it done, but he got it done.
That he did, and that is what elite competitors do best. Even when things don't completely go their way, they find a way to get it done, and Fred Richard did exactly that, capped off by two huge routines down the home stretch on the parallel bars and the high bar.
We had Big 10 championships last week, and it was a pretty fun competition. Now, this was no easy competition, and there were a lot of mistakes I made, but I also had a lot of good points, and so I'm just going to be talking about that this video. First lesson, definitely do not try to celebrate mid-routine. So on floor, I was pretty confident going into the comp. I had great training leading up, so I told my teammates, I'm going to golden sombrero this routine. That means I'm going to stick every single pass, which is extremely hard to do and not done often. And I entered with that mindset. I said I'm going to stick every pass. And previously that week, I was doing floor routines. And before the dismount, I basically waved my hands for my teammates to hype me up before I stick the dismount. Kind of a cocky thing to do, but it's pretty fun, you know? So I just tried to do that during the competition. And then I ended up almost facing the dismount, you know, take 3 steps forward. And then that was just humbling, like, okay, I probably should have focused on breathing in the corner and getting energy for the dismount instead of trying to celebrate. But that routine was honestly a banger, one of the best I've ever done, and I almost stuck every single pass. So I'm definitely proud of it, and it shows how much potential I have. Then on Pommel Horse, I ended up doing this terrible dismount, not getting credit for it, so I had to do another, counted as a fall. But the big lesson from that was focusing on preserving energy throughout the Pommel routine. You know, I was pretty confident that I could handle it. And under pressure, you change your circle a little bit. And I started just using way too much strength instead of letting the circle flow and preserving energy. And so that's my lesson going into these next competitions. Focus on energy, and I think I can handle a much better, cleaner routine. Now, vault. Vault was electric. Every one of us was going for sticks, and it made it so fun because we all knew we're going for the stick. There's no big step. There's no big mistake. There's just sticking. And so I went for that stick. I took the small step back, but pretty solid and clean. The whole team did amazing. This was one of the best vault rotations I've ever been in. Now, rings was definitely one of the best routines I've done. This wasn't my biggest difficulty. I can do a 15.6 start value, which has 2 Malteses and 2 planches, but I was just a little tired that day, so I decided to be smart about it. But I held my strengths, had pretty good handstands, which I still could straighten out and make cleaner, and then stuck the dismount. You got to finish with a stuck dismount on rings, and that put me in second place for rings for the day. Then we moved to parallel bars. P-bars, this routine was pretty solid of mine. I had a new skill in here, the giant Diom, which is what I'm trying to master for the Olympics to get my start value up. I actually took one skill out, which was the Healy, because I had some hand pain prior to the competition. But, I mean, we put together a pretty good set with 9 skills. Shows good potential. I think for the next comps, I'll have my next bigger difficulty, which is 16.2 start value. And I think I'll be pushing much cleaner and bigger gymnastics from here on out. Then last event was high bar. High bar. It was looking pretty good, you know. On my Lucan, I missed it and fell, obviously. But I was aiming for perfection, and that's the training that it takes to, you know, be ready for these bigger competitions. I think there's just technical things I can improve on the Lucan to make sure it's in the right place every time. But other than that, I really liked the routine. I finished with the stick, and it was a pretty good finish of the competition. We ended up with that first place dub. Again, that's the 4th year in a row, so I'm really proud of that. And I came out with the first place all-around finish, and that's my 2nd year in a row. So now I'm a 2-time Big 10 champion. Overall, I honestly learned a lot from this competition this year, and I think it definitely catapulted me closer to that, you know, the Olympic goal I have in this Olympic journey. So that's my Big 10 championship review. Overall, it wasn't a perfect competition, but we got the goal done. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what it takes to win, and sometimes you have a bad day, but you keep pushing and you get the goal in the end.
Fred Richard, the all-around Big 10 champion last year, national champion, and he did it again. Fred, you said you were going to do it. It was a little shaky in there.
Shaky, yeah.
How did you fight through that? The fortitude you had was incredible.
I think it was definitely one of those competitions that really tests you. I felt like every second I was being tested. How do you come back from these mess-ups? How do I stay in the right mindset? And I feel like I learned so much from this competition. Like, I'm so ready to go back to the gym, take what I learned, and like pop off at NCs. But the whole team like learned so much. We didn't start off easy, but we popped off in the end. And I mean, 2018 we came here and it wasn't the best experience. We said when we came here, we're gonna make it our home, we're gonna enjoy the process, and we're gonna come out with what we want. And that's what happened today. So let's go.
Fred, congratulations on a big win. How does this compare to this last time that you stood in this exact spot last year?
It's so different, but so like this is like one of the most fun meets. The energy from the crowds is amazing. It's weird. I feel so much older in that 1 year process, but I'm loving every second of it every time I come here. So love Big Tens.
Fred, you don't have to tell us if you don't want to, but we wouldn't mind seeing you in maybe one rotation tomorrow, one event. What do you think, Fred?
I think I'm going to talk to my coaches about that. Priority number one is health. 2024 Olympics coming up. That is, what I'm gunning for. So we're going to make the smartest decisions possible to get me there. But I'm going to think about it because, this atmosphere is amazing. But yeah. But if I do compete, it would probably be high bar. So, because I fell on that and I want to make it up tomorrow. So we'll see.
Well, that's what we hope you do, and we hope you make it to Paris as well. Good luck in the NCAAs. Fred Richard, congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you, guys.
That's all I have for this competition. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to keep updating you on the other competitions and things along the journey to this Olympics. It's going to be a fun year. I'm going to learn everything I can, but I'm really going to have fun with it, so let's get it. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Flip that notification button. You already know. See you guys.